Ghanaians are looking for a president who will fight for the interests of Ghana and not for political parties. They are looking for a president who will unite the nation and not divide the nation. They are looking for a president who would establish a government of national unity, a truly representative government, a government for the people, of the people, and by the people. Ghanaians are looking for a president who would also execute and lead the process of constitutional reforms that will help improve the quality of governance in the country. And last but not the least, Ghanaians are looking for a president who will inspire behavioral change and mindset change amongst Ghanaians. And with my record outside government, within government, locally and internationally, in all humility, I believe that I fit that bill. And to the youth of this country, I've lived up to my commitments. I said I was going to deliver to you a young person to be my vice presidential nominee. I've done so by nominating a very fine gentleman, a lawyer by profession, a political activist, a broadcast journalist, and someone who has been fighting for you, the young people, by name of Kwame Owusu Danso. I've always made it clear that I see myself as a transition leader. I've served not only Ghana, I've served Africa, I've served the world with distinction.
The day that our Father God has made, we rejoice and we are glad in it. And we thank the good Lord for making it possible for us to gather this afternoon to receive your nominations. We are gathered here this afternoon, as you may be aware, to carry out one of the most important processes in the lead up to the 2024 general election. Indeed, without this process, the Commission cannot run the election. And here I am referring to the filing of nominations by presidential candidates who are seeking to contest the 2024 general election. As you may be aware, Regulation 7 of CI 127 enjoins a presidential candidate to complete and sign 4 copies of the nomination forms. Additionally, the forms are to be signed by no less than 2 persons who are registered voters in the area of authority of each district assembly. The presidential candidate is also required to designate a person to serve as his or her vice presidential candidate. Furthermore, the presidential candidate is required to deliver the forms to the Commission on the date prescribed by the Commission. As in 2020, the Commission has established 2 teams which have been tasked to review the forms submitted. The technical team has been tasked to scrutinize the forms to ensure that presidential candidates meet the qualifications as set out in law, namely that the presidential candidate is at least 40 years of age, that he or she has satisfied all tax obligations, that he or she has nominated a vice presidential candidate, amongst others. The second team, namely the IT team, has been charged with the responsibility of scrutinizing the voter ID cards of the presidential candidates and their supporters so as to verify whether the candidates and their supporters are indeed registered voters.